Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I feel like this video is my most anticipated video of the entire year. And when I say most anticipated, I mean by me. I literally could not wait to sit down and just reminisce and talk about the best releases from this year. I am just so excited. I was preparing for this video. I was telling my boyfriend, I'm like, listen, this video, it's real serious. Prepped all my notes. I sat everything out last night. Like, I have been so ready for this video and I cannot wait to dive into it. You already know the drill. Grab a snack, grab something to drink. Let's get into what I think are some of the best releases from 2024. Starting off with primer, we have this one right here from NYX. This is the Blur Screen Primer. I love this primer. I believe this came out at the beginning of the year. What I love the most about this is, one, it is a sunscreen primer. So basically with this primer, it comes out like a liquid, but when you blend it into the skin, it almost turns into like this blurred, soft, matte kind of finish. It is so beautiful. This is definitely one of my favorite primers from NYX. I think they did an amazing job. This was a primer that really surprised me. This is the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Primer, and I love this primer for a nice blurred effect primer. This is literally filter in a tube. It is amazing. Now, if you've tried the Huda Beauty Glowy primer, this is very, very similar to that. I do feel like this one is a lot easier to blend, and it doesn't kind of crumble like the Glowy primer did. But I also love that this one leaves a nice cooling sensation as well. We definitely had a lot of primers this year, but this is definitely one that I really feel like has stood out to me. We gotta talk about the Danessa Myricks Water Powder Serum. This is such a unique product in itself. There's literally nothing like this primer on the market. So what's really, really cool about this is it is literally a powder in liquid form. It has like this little trampoline mechanism where you press it, and once you start to blend it into the skin, it turns into like this soft, matte, powdery kind of finish. If you tried the Blurring Balm powder, it has that kind of finish. This is absolutely amazing. Definitely one of my favorite primers from Danessa. This was such a unique release this year. Danessa killed it with this, and it also has Upsilite in it, which helps to control the oils. So for all my oily skin babes out there, definitely one to check out. Of course, y'all already knew the One Size Oil Sucker Primer was going to be in this video. How could it not? This primer is truly a holy grail of mine. I cannot do my makeup without this primer. If you have oily skin, this will literally be a lifesaver for you. This primer claims to be an extreme mattifying primer, and that it is. I'm telling you, once you put this onto the face, you literally see it immediately suck up everything in that area that you applied this primer. When I tell you my oils are high-key non-existent with this product, truly, truly one of the best. Thank you, One Size, for giving us this primer this year, because it has become everything to me. Do y'all remember all of these Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter dupes we got this year? We got so many, but there was one in particular that really stood out to me. Out of all the dupes, this one is my favorite. This one is from Catrice, and this is the Soft Glam Filter Fluid Glow Booster. So I have mine in the shade 098. What I love the most about this is that it creates like this glass-like effect to the skin. It doesn't have very much pigment. I love how it just looks glassy on the cheeks, but I also love how you can see this product peeking through underneath the foundation, and I just think it's so beautiful. When it comes to a under foundation glowy product, this is what I look for. This is what I want. Definitely one of the best versions of the Charlotte Tilbury we've gotten thus far, in my opinion. I know a lot of people love the e.l.f., but this one is where it's at for me. I tried quite a bit of foundations this year, but three in particular have really stood out to me as my favorites this year. And the first one is the Urban Decay Face Bond. I have this foundation on right now, and I love me a matte foundation. I am such a matte foundation girl, but I also love a foundation that feels really lightweight on the skin, but also gives me that customizable coverage that I'm looking for, and that is exactly what this face bond gives me. You can go light, medium, or full coverage with this. So I have mine in the shade 30. Every time I use this, I love how it looks on the skin. Urban Decay truly has a gem on their hands with this. There is another Urban Decay product in this video today. It's definitely safe to say that Urban Decay has had some amazing releases this year. Next up is the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Foundation. If you love a more satin-like finish foundation, you're gonna love this. When I say satin, I mean it's not matte, but it's also not like glowy. It's the perfect in between. I think the perfect in between is like a satin to me, and they don't categorize this as a satin, but that's kind of the effect that I get from this. This does have a medium coverage, but it looks really beautiful on the skin. I love that you can go more lightweight with this, but you also can go more full glam if you wanted to. But it's very, very beautiful. Huda did an amazing job with this. Comparing this one with her other foundation, this one is definitely number one. The last foundation that was truly a standout for me this year was the One Size Turn Up the Base. The wear on this foundation is insane. Leave it to One Size to give us staples. You know, they know what they're doing when it comes to complexion products. I literally trust them with a full face. One Size has truly brought back full glam makeup with this foundation. I love how it feels really lightweight on the skin. I will say the shade range could definitely use some tweaking. I definitely feel like we need some more shades in the shade range, but the formula on this, the wear on this is beautiful. Concealers. Now, I cannot believe this concealer came out this year. Like, what? I feel like I've had this concealer in my collection forever, and I cannot believe we got this year. But it's the Urban Decay concealer. Y'all, this is one of my favorite concealers. It gives me the coverage that I want, and I love how it looks on the skin. I love the finish of it, but it's also a really great multitasking concealer. So if you want to use it as foundation, you can. As concealer, spot concealer, you know, eyeshadow primer, whatever you want to do with this concealer, you literally can do it. It comes with this little thing on the top. I don't use that, y'all. I do not use this, but the concealer itself is, it's so good. And Urban Decay, these two products from Urban Decay this year, yeah, they did their big one with these. Now, the other one I wanted to mention is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Concealer. I love this concealer as well because this concealer is not a wet concealer, which I like. So I have this one on right now, and I love the coverage that it gives, but I also love that a little bit goes a very long way. So you do not need a lot of this concealer, and the wear on this concealer is beautiful as well. I will say, shade range, we could use a little bit more neutral shades. I feel like a lot of the shades of this concealer do run a little bit too warm. We're talking about Danessa here. Danessa always comes through for us, y'all. She always comes through. So I really am hoping that we get an extended shade range of this. Hopefully next year we see some more shades, but I love this concealer. I love that it has a lot of coverage, but you only need the littlest amount of it. Next up is bronzers. There's only one bronzer that I tried this year that has made it to the best of 2024 video, okay? And that is this right here from Jordanaticia. This is a UK-based brand, but y'all, when I tell y'all she did her big one with these bronzer duos, they are so good. And the shade range. I feel like every time I talk about these bronzers, I bring up the shade range because how can I not bring up the shade range, okay? Like, look at this. Do you see this? I love these two shades in particular. Coastal Oasis. I love this one when I want a little bit more of like a natural bronze. You know, just nothing too much. You have the cream product here, and then underneath you have the corresponding powder. So when I tell you this is perfection for travel, not even kidding. And then this one is Eternal Sunshine. This one's a little bit deeper. This is the one I have on today. Now, when I want to be bronzed, this is the one I go for. And then, of course, we have the corresponding powder. I have on the powder of Coastal Oasis today. I skipped the powder on this one because they are pigmented, okay? Very, very pigmented. Let's talk powders because I tried so many powders this year, but there are 4 in particular, 2 pressed and 2 loose that I had to mention in this video. So the first one is the one that I'm wearing right now, the Makeup by Mario setting powder. Beautiful. I still remember my first impressions of this like it was literally yesterday. When I applied this, I was in disbelief at how a talc-free powder could be so blurring. But y'all, you can literally see on the demo that I have on the screen how much of a difference this powder makes to the skin. When I tell you it blurs the pores. So the shade that I use is Warm Honey, and I will say I really want to see a banana shade from Makeup by Mario in this powder because I do feel like this shade is a little bit too warm. But on the bright side, a little bit of this powder goes a long way, if that makes sense. Like, you don't need to really like bake with this powder or put on a lot of this powder to see the effect of the blur. Definitely one of my favorite Makeup by Mario products. I just knew that this powder was going to be in this video because it has truly changed my makeup for the better. Every time that I use it, I have such an amazing makeup day. The next powder, the Makeup Forever HD Skin Setting Powder, is also really, really beautiful. This one came out earlier this year, and This was also a really amazing powder. This really set the tone for powders this year for me personally, because for a long time, nothing came close to this powder. And then Makeup by Mario came out and I was like, wait a second. Something came close. It took towards the middle / end of the year for that to happen. This is such an amazing, amazing powder. Makeup Forever has had a lot of powders in their line. This is by far the best out of all of them. I love this one. This one is in the shade Corrective Banana. And it does a great job at controlling the oils. So if you have oily skin, highly, highly, highly recommend this one over the Makeup by Mario if you want that oil control in your powders. Now, this next one is a powder foundation, and I'm telling y'all, I have not seen a lot of people talk about this, and I'm so shook because it's so good. It is the Natasha Denona High Glam Powder Foundation. So I use mine in the shade NY12, and y'all, I use this every single time that I do my makeup. I like to use powder foundations as like my brightening powder, just to like clean up everything, kind of like under the eye situation. And that's how I used it today and every day. And I just love taking this under the eyes to give myself a little bit more coverage and just to really kind of clean up everything and make it a little bit more seamless. I love this, and it's so creamy. I have made quite the dent in this. You can't see, but I have made quite the dent in this powder. Not enough people talk about this powder, y'all. Not a lot of people. What's going on? What's going on? And the other powder is this one right here from Hourglass. This powder is so thin and so fine and so smooth. I like to also use this powder under my eyes to kind of clean up everything, kind of lightly sculpt the cheeks as well. I use the shade, what shade is this? Translucent Tan. I just love how soft this is and how this just looks on the skin. I like to use this powder strictly after I've set everything and really just to kind of smooth everything out, kind of blur things a little bit more. That's how I like to use this powder. It's very, very beautiful. And you know what? It is true what they say about Hourglass powders. They know what they're doing in the powder category. I tried the most blushes ever this year. Like, I've tried so many blushes. I will say I think blush and lips are my two categories, maybe even fragrance. But those categories are what I have the most of. So brace yourselves. Starting off with these babies right here. These reformulated talc-free blushes from NARS. 10 out of 10. NARS, this is probably one of the best things NARS could have done, was reformulate their blushes to be talc-free. I love these because they are such a nice buildable blush. Usually I like a more pigmented blush, but the reason why I love how buildable these blushes are is because they're perfect for every day and they don't look powdery on the skin. Do you see how many I have? Yeah, that says a lot. I think I started off with 2, got 2 more, got 2 more. Like, I have so many of these blushes, and for good reason, because they are so good. Y'all know my favorite combo, Dominant and Teased. Oh my gosh, y'all. I hunted down Teased. At the time, this was only sold at like Bloomingdale's and the NARS website, and I needed my hands on it immediately. So I found the nearest Bloomingdale's, y'all. Now this blush is available at Sephora, but months later, so I'm happy I've gotten the time to really enjoy this blush. I have on Dolce Vita today on top of a cream blush, which I'm going to talk about next. And it also has a little bit of a sheen to it too, so I love how, you know, when I turn my head, you can really see that glow peeking through. Now, the cream blush I'm wearing is these right here from KVD. Do y'all remember when these first came out? Like, these came out at the beginning of the year, and boy, was I obsessed with these. I still am. They are so good. They're so good. I have on this shade today. I love the texture of these because they're very thick in texture, but not in a bad way. They literally feel like a creamy mousse. That's literally the texture of this, is moussey. But do you see the pigment that these pack? Yeah, these pack a lot of pigment, but they are so good. And I feel like not a lot of people talked about these, but that's okay. I'm talking about them. I'm letting you know how good they are. I love these. And I also love that you get 2 blushes in one as well. And I will say, when I first got this, I kind of was like, will my brush fit in this? But I actually have not had a problem with my brushes not fitting in, you know, each individual pan. So yeah, these are just great. And honestly, I would not be mad if we got more shades of these. Oh, another good blush release this year. IT Cosmetics Sun Blush in the shade Sun Gaze. Y'all, I feel like IT Cosmetics did themselves a disservice by not talking about these blushes more and by not giving us a bigger shade range, because this formula, so good. This was my most used blush during the summer, and I still reach for this blush. Like, this blush is truly, truly timeless. But first of all, do you see this little container here? You get so much product in here. Like, it's going to last you forever. But this one also has almost like a similar texture to the KVD, except it's a little bit thinner. Still has a lot of pigment, but it doesn't really feel super moussey. It dries down to a matte finish, which is really, really nice. It goes on top of powder. It goes under powder, of course, but it's so beautiful. And I need more shades of this. Y'all know when I really love something, I get multiple shades. And the fact that I can't get multiple shades of this because they all have like this burnt terracotta color. I need a pink. I need a red. I need a purple. I need every color in this formula. Now this blush, oh, this blush is so, so, so beautiful. The Revie Beauty Baked Blush, gorgeous. This one's in the shade Oasis. I have come to realize that I'm such a huge fan of baked blushes because I love that they don't look flat on the skin. They give like this gorgeous sheen. And this one gives such a pretty sheen. It's also a nice buildable blush, which makes it perfect for every day. I love this blush, and Allie did an amazing, amazing job with this. Y'all knew these were gonna be in this video. The LYS Cream Blush Sticks. I am still waiting on them to give us cream blush sticks in a matte formula. I know they have their other blushes in like the little compact, but to be honest, those compact, like the packaging of the compacts, not my favorite. They're not my favorite. Mine always breaks and then it dries out the blush. But if we had matte blushes or satin in the stick form, y'all, it'll be over. It'll be over because this formula is so... Do you see that? Look at that pigment. It's so pretty. So these are their blush lighters. Don't look metallic on the face at all. That was one of my concerns when I first tried this, but it is so pretty. It leaves a beautiful, beautiful glow onto the cheeks. A little bit goes a very, very long way. And if you're a fan of the cream bronzer, you're gonna love these. The only difference is that it does have that glow to it. Next one I would definitely want to talk about were the Hourglass liquid blushes, because this was the product that really, no, was it this one? I think it was the powder. The powder really got me excited about Hourglass, and then these came out, and y'all know how I feel about blush. It has that trampoline mechanism to them, but these are so, so, so different from anything in my collection. They are a liquid blush, and they almost kind of look like watercolor blushes. You can put them on top of powder, which I love. They look really beautiful on the skin. All right, now let's get into lip products. Now, I will say before we dive into lip products that I don't have any eyeshadow palettes in this video because that is a separate video, which should already be up on my channel. So if you want to see what I think are some of the best eyeshadow palettes from this year, definitely go and check out that video. Let's dive into some lip products because I have so many. We're gonna start off with lip liners. I'm not gonna spend too much time on these lip liners because I will say they're all shades of brown, but they're all really good and I love the formula on these. They're perfect. So the first one is the Makeup Forever Extreme Color Pencil. Love these. This is basically a more waterproof, budge-proof version of their eyeliner pencils. And I have this one on right now. It's the perfect shade of brown. Like, it goes with literally everything. We have the Freck Beauty Makeout Club lip liner, Lasts Forever. The Glossier lip liner, y'all know how I feel about this. Look at how small it is. Like, your girl is tapped into this. And then we have the Morphe lip liner in Trendsetter. I get what the hype is about. I really do, because this consistency is perfect. It's so, so, so perfect, and definitely one of the best at the drugstore. The e.l.f. Glimmer lip oils, I love, 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 love these. I'm already a really big fan of the e.l.f. lip oils, but these just set it off for me, okay? I love these. Anything that has shimmer like those, sign me up. Sign me up. I need more shades of this. This is the Haus Labs Lip Plumper. It literally has like no tingly sensation, no pepperminty smell, nothing. It's supposed to plump your lips over time. I have mine in the shade Guava. It's so pretty. It's like a nudie, it's like a nude mauve-y kind of color. This on a lip combo insane. There was a lot of mixed opinions about these from e.l.f., but I am on the side of loving these. I cannot wait for e.l.f. to come out with more shades of these because these are so good. I will say with these, less is definitely more, but these are by far my favorite at the drugstore. I think these are amazing. They have the pigment that I want. I love how these feel on the lips as well, and they're affordable, which is just even more amazing. Of course, I have to talk about the Fenty Gloss Bomb Stix because I really did not know that this was a lip product I needed from Fenty, but I needed it. So I have on the shade Sorta Selfish today, but I also put like a little bit of a nude gloss in the middle just to kind of make it a little bit more nudie, kind of tone it down a little bit. But it's a very, very pretty formula. They're not as glossy as the original gloss bombs, but they have a lot more pigment than the gloss bombs. They smell like the original gloss bombs, and they still have that shine to them, and they last quite a while on the lips. But y'all, I love these. I have like 5 shades. So that says a lot. And Fenty did their big one with these. Another release from Fenty that I really, really love this year was the Gloss Bomb Lip Oils. Now, this was such an unexpected surprise because I don't know what I was expecting from this formula, but this is so good. It has like this paddle, which is very interesting and very different from all their other gloss bombs. Y'all, these are so good. They're so hard to describe, but they feel really comfortable on the lips, and they almost kind of feel like they cushion the lips. Very, very nice formula. Do y'all remember how much I talked about these from Give? I don't know what's going on with Give, but haven't really been hearing much from them. But y'all, this is one of my favorite products from the brand. It smells like Plurine candy. It's a very, very thick formula, but it's so pretty. These are supposed to be like lip gels, but y'all, these are literally high pigment, thick glosses, and I love a thick gloss, okay? I love me a thick gloss, but I just love how these look and feel. Also wanted to mention the summer collection from Naturium. I loved this collection. Now, Naturium came out with a lot of different shades this year, but this one was by far my favorite release from them. This one, I think this was their first time doing scented, actual like fruit scented lip balms, and they knocked it out of the park. So we have mango, strawberry, watermelon, peach. Each name is what it smells like. I literally cannot pick a favorite. Maybe I can. Maybe it's strawberry, maybe it's mango, but I love this whole collection. And if you have not tried the Naturium lip balms, they are amazing. They feel like a lip balm, but they look like glosses. They're literally the best. I also wanted to mention the ColourPop So Juicy lip oils. These are so good. I loved this release from ColourPop. They've come out with so many lip products, and they have so many in their line. This right here is by far one of my favorites from them. I don't love how hard it is to get the applicator out of the container, but these just look really beautiful on top of a lip combo. Do you see how compared to all the other lip products, it just looks so much more wet and so much more juicy? The last favorite lip release I wanted to talk about is the GlamLite X Halloween 2 lip kit. Y'all know how I feel about this lip kit. In this lip kit, you get a lipstick, a lip oil, and a lip liner, and this is by far my favorite lip kit that GlamLite has ever done because it is very inclusive. This lip liner, so good. I need this lip liner in singles, okay? I need this in singles. Out of all the lip kits they came out with, this one's by far the best. And can we get into this packaging? I have a couple of setting sprays, of course. I tried a lot this year. The first one is literally a MAC Fix Plus dupe. Personally, that's what I feel like. The GlamLite X Fresh Prince Setting Spray. I love this. It literally does what MAC Fix Plus does for me. It literally melts all the powders together so that the makeup doesn't look, you know, powdery. It looks more skin-like and more lived in, and I love this. I need more of these. I'm literally almost done with this spray. Then we have the Freck Beauty Setting Spray. This is so good. This does an amazing job at keeping the makeup on, but also helping with the longevity of the makeup. And then we have the Rem Beauty Hydrating Setting Sprays. Now, this is a great hydrating spray. I'm very picky when it comes to hydrating setting sprays because a lot of hydrating setting sprays make your skin look dewy, and that's not what I want. I want hydration. I don't want dewy. I don't want a dewy finish. This one doesn't do that. I like to use this one throughout my makeup steps to really just kind of help melt everything together. Let's move into some fragrances and some body mist. So I have a lot. So brace yourself. We're gonna start off with Fleur because Fleur, they did not stop this year. They came out with so many body mists. And these are my top 3 from the year. So we have Heavy Cream, which is a website exclusive. I don't know why brands do that. Like, I don't know why. Give us easy access to this, because this was hard to get my hands on. So this one is a gourmand, and it literally smells like you just opened up a bag of marshmallows. It smells delicious. I love, 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 love using this whenever I get out the shower. My boyfriend always compliments me when I wear this. And then we have Coconut Skin, which was my go-to for the summer. This one is a fruity gourmand, and literally imagine coconut skin. Now this one I feel like is very similar to the Heavy Cream one, except you can smell coconut in this a little bit more. Also, one of my favorites for the summer, the Dragon Fruit one. This one is a fruity floral. There's pineapple, watermelon, dragon fruit. This smells very good. This one is very reminiscent of like a Victoria's Secret body spray, but it's a little bit more elevated, you know, and it lasts a little bit longer, because I do feel like Fleur's body mist lasts quite a while on me personally. Now, we did have a couple of releases from Sol de Janeiro this year, and by far my favorite release from them was the Corrosia, is it Corrosia Crush? Not sure if I'm saying that correct, but this one right here from the summer collection, I had lots of high hopes for that summer collection. This was the one that stood out to me. I feel like this one smelled a little bit similar to number 40, but just a little bit more fruity. Oh, this smells so, so, so good. So this one has crisp pear, pink violet, and white cedarwood. It smells absolutely delicious. Oh my gosh, do y'all remember when this came out? The Way Hair and Body Mist. So good. Also cannot stop reaching for this over the summer. This is in the scent St. Bart's, and I love this scent. Smelling this just brings me back to the summer. Definitely wanted to have the Ellis Brooklyn Miami Nectar in this video, because this one is really good. I need to stop playing and get the full size. This scent is literally vacation in a bottle. I have 2 more fragrances. So then we have this one from Lake and Sky, the 1111 Vanilla. This is so gourmand and so vanilla-y. It smells delicious. I have this one on right now, and when I tell y'all, this one just smells, it smells amazing. And I am such a huge fan of Lake and Sky fragrances, and when I tell y'all they did an amazing job with this one, I'm not kidding. If you're a gourmand lover, you're gonna love this one. Go to Ulta, smell it. You will not be disappointed. Lastly, for fragrances, this collab with Monet and Sniff, the Rose Era fragrance. This is so different from anything in my collection, and I blind bought this, which was so risky, y'all. I do not recommend blind buying anything. Okay, don't be like me. But I was pleasantly surprised with this one. It has like notes of strawberry and laundry, and it just smells really clean, perfect for every day. It also has like a kind of champagne-y note to it. I don't know why I'm smelling like champagne to it. Monet did an amazing, amazing job with this. So this was definitely another favorite fragrance release from this year. To finish off this video, I have 2 more products. One is a lotion. I wanted to share this lotion from EOS. This is from their holiday collection. This is the Whipped Shea and Sugar lotion. This smells absolutely divine. So this has brown sugar, blush peony, and creme brulee in here. This is definitely my favorite out of the entire collection. And then my last favorite release from this year was the Holy Grail Trio from BK Beauty. This trio has literally all of their best-selling brushes. I used all these brushes today, and I love BK Beauty. If I could collab with BK Beauty, that would be literally amazing. That would be a dream. BK Beauty, let me just create one brush, okay? Let me just, one brush, maybe two, and we could create some magic. I'm just saying. This was definitely one of my favorite releases from BK Beauty. I hope that next year we see some more brushes from them, because I love their brushes so much. I just want more, and more, and I cannot wait to see what else they come out with. But literally all 3 of these are literally the dream team of brushes. They are so good, and I'm so happy that they put them all on a set. Oh my gosh, that was a lot of releases. Mind you, I tried so many releases this year, so I had to just narrow it down. This is as narrowed down as I can get these products. I tried a lot of products that I love that I didn't include in this video, but these, I think, are some of the best releases from this year, personally. I would love to know what you think are some of the best releases from this year. Did we have, like, some similar releases here? I would love to know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye, guys!